everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another day in my 2021 holiday card series. So happy to have you here with me today. So you're going to be seeing this over the next coming weeks, just like I did at the end of August. In the month the next 2 weeks, I'm trying to do as much pre-filming as I can. I'm starting IVIG therapy for my myasthenia gravis, probably the second week in November, and that's basically 4 days of 3 to 5 hours worth of IV infusion every single day. So I'm not really sure how that's going to make me feel because I've never had it before. So I'm trying to get some pre-filming done. That way you guys have some videos to watch from me. So today's video is a little bit different because I haven't done a real-time talk through video in a hot minute. So that's what today is going to be about. I'm going to share with you how to make 2 quick and simple beginner-friendly shaker cards. So let's head over to the craft table and get started. Before I forget, don't forget that you have the rest of this week to save 20% in my Etsy shop. No code necessary. Link is in the description box down below. Okay, now let's go to the craft table and make some cards. It's been a while since I've done a video in real time, so I thought I would walk you through some simple and easy shaker cards. So you are going to need dies for this. You can do this without dies. You'll just have to cut your own frame. And I'm just going to tell you, I am awful at that. But if you have a trimmer or if you have a X-Acto knife, you can absolutely make this without the dies. These are the Tula and Norbert papers that I purchased from A Cherry on Top. It was in my last haul. And I told you that you can make cards out of these 4x6 journaling cards and also the smaller ones. But we're going to use the bigger ones today to make our shaker cards. And like I mentioned, it'll be really, the steps are simple. So you're going to need some shaker elements. These are just seed beads, clear seed beads that you can get at any kind of craft store. You could probably even buy them in bulk. I used to buy them in bulk because if you've been with me for a while, you know I used to make, hand bead ornaments. So I still have a lot of this left over. And then I picked up these from AliExpress. These are just iridescent snowflakes. I think this whole package was less than $1. So there's those. I'm going to be using some foam tape. You can buy foam strips that are already cut, but I have this on hand. Going to need some dies. I'm going to be using these stitched rectangle dies from Pink and Main. And then I'm going to pick out a couple of these cute journaling cards. So these are cut to 4x6. And we're going to want to cut them to 4 by 5 1/4. I know I want this one. So cute. Let's see. I think this one is adorable too. And maybe this one or... oh no, for sure Santa. Okay, so we're going to make 3. If you hear purring, Roxy has a new bed on my desk, and she just got pets for about 30 minutes. So she may be purring just a little bit. Let's see if I can. There she is. You're so cute. Okay, so we're going to start by trimming these down. Like I said, they should already be 4 inches by 6. So I want them at 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut off 3/4 of an inch. So I think I'll do 1/2 inch on this side. And then 1/4 inch from the other side. Actually, let's do it this way. And now this should be 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Is this one going to cut down? I think it will. We could leave this 5 1/2 and it could be the whole card. So we'll do that. Okay. Next, you're going to need some cardstock. So I have a ton of, just a ton of leftovers from this card series, and I have them all in this bag. So let's pick, we'll do red for this one. We will do, that's not big enough. Yeah, we'll do that one for that one. And then we go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do red for this one. Okay. So the way you're going to make your frame is you are going to bring out 2 different dies. I'm going to play around with each of these to see just how much gets covered up. So this is going to cut out the exact size, and then one smaller will give us that small of a frame, and one smaller than that will give us that as a frame. So we're going to go ahead and go with the 2. Now there is an edge-to-edge shaker card. I have no idea. I've never even watched someone make those, so I can't tell you about those. But I'll look into it, and maybe that's something we can do later in this series, because we still have a few months. Okay, so I'm going to tape these in place. I probably should use a bigger sheet of paper. Misty, you should probably use a bigger sheet of paper. Baby. Hi, Mama. Hi. Hey, Mama. Hi. You're being such a good girl. I'm going to show you how I do one, and then I'm going to speed it up, and we'll come back when we make the shaker. You are going to need some type of acetate. You can use acetate from your stamp packaging. If you're someone who wears makeup, there's always acetate in eyeshadow palettes. You can just buy some. I have some left over from my school days. Overhead transparencies will work just about the same. Okay, we're going to run this through. And we have a cute, this could be saved for later, but we have a cute frame to go around the outside of our shaker card. Oh, we got to cut that off just a little bit more. They'll be all right. So just like that. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the other 2 and I'll be right back. So now we have 3 stitched layers that we can use. These will work perfectly for the small cards, and maybe I'll show you that in our next video. And then we have 3 frames for our shaker cards. Now this is the one I need to figure out. It's like I hate cutting off half their heads, but I may have to do that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere our acetate. So I have a few sheets here. It's messy, so we will use a different part. And I'm just going to put use this one. So I have a full sheet here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm going to adhere it, and then I'm just going to trim off the rest. A little bit easier than trying to adhere it, and yeah. And I'm going to use, I like to use regular adhesive for this. You may want to use liquid glue, but I find liquid glue to be messy. So I'm just going to bring in a scrap sheet of paper. You're like, I don't know what all this is, mamas. We'll get the rest of the adhesive off with the adhesive eraser. And just pick this off of Amazon. You can pick it up at a local store. Just like that. And then we're just going to trim this out with some scissors. So if you don't want to use liquid glue and you don't want to use that, you could also use just some glue dots to go around, because this part doesn't necessarily have to be 100% connected. It's the, we just want to make sure that there's nothing in the way of the shaker. So this piece has a crack in it, so I am not actually going to use this one. So we're just going to set this aside for now. And we will go ahead and make the one, we'll make these two. Okay. Our next step is to get the adhesive off. Okay, so this is the foam tape I am using. This is the Scotch mounting foam. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out a piece and cut it. And then we're probably going to have to cut this one in thirds. Which I am not the straightest cutter ever in your life. Okay. So then we're going to take, and we're going to run this just like this. You want to make sure that you can't see it like that. You don't want to be able to see it through the window. So just make sure you cut a little straighter than I did. You may have to even cut it into fourths, it looks like. We're going to take off the top. And then we're going to put the other piece on top. And this is just going to keep in all of our shaker elements. And if you have any excess, just cut it off with your scissors. The goal is to make sure that none of our shaker elements can escape. No escape. Okay, so our frame is ready. And you can do this one of two ways. You can put your shaker elements directly onto the paper and then put your frame on top, or you can turn your frame upside down and then put the paper on the back. I think it's a little bit easier to do it the first way. If I can stop getting things all over it. Okay, so we're gonna do some snowflakes. And just a little bit of seed beads. Gonna remove the backer paper. shaker. Okay, I'm gonna whiz through this other one and then we will keep going because we're gonna trim this down and put it on a card base. And there you go. Right, let's get these on some card bases. She was snoring on the desk. I mean, snoring in the window. Okay, so first things first, I am going to score at 4 1/4. So when you're making more than one card, you want to work harder, work smarter, not harder. So it makes sense if both of your cards are the same size to score first. So you score first and then cut. That way you're scoring one time and you're only cutting one time. And then you're just going to fold these on the score line. Now, if you want to stamp a sentiment on the inside, you'll want to do that before you adhere. It'll just be easier, especially if you're going to use a stamp positioner. But I am going to leave these without a sentiment. The snowman one could be really any kind of card. Happy winter, a happy birthday card. It could be, a friendship card. It could be most anything. And then of course, Santa Claus is, Santa. Santa! We know him. Okay, so there should be about a 1/4 inch border all the way around. Just like that. I'm going to do this one the exact same way. So that's it, guys. 2 easy breezy shaker cards. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to go check out my Etsy shop if you haven't already, where a lot of these cards are currently for sale. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.